The humiliation keeps getting worse and worse as mainstream media, not just the left, like people we know on the left, like Jon Stewart, but the new left, which is people like Candace Owens, who never really was a conservative, but LARPed as one for a few years and grifted money off that. And once that dried up and people figured it out, she moved to her new grift where it's just counter signaling MAGA and being the I'm above it all. I don't even vote anymore. Even after making countless videos supporting Trump and the MAGA movement, now she realized that that grift is coming to an end because people realized she was never really involved, never really anything but a liberal leftist like she always was. Now they're on the same team. Sometimes you need to look at who's standing next to you to figure out maybe which side that you're on. But the mainstream media is having an absolute meltdown because conservatives not just complained about the halftime show, which they basically do every year, but the fact that so many of them left. And they are acting like, here's the thing. What do you think the left would be doing if the Super Bowl platformed a highly Christian singer? A singer who sang about God and family and how people should, read the Bible. They'd be melting down because that's what the left, that's who they are. So people on the right are melting down because they don't like this guy who sings about dongs being in the halftime show. Very reasonable. By the way, let me show you this guy. This is the guy they're defending. This, I swear, this is going around. People are saying it's not real, but it's hard to say because Grok has confirmed that it is real. The video is real. It captures a technical failure at Bad Bunny concert in 2023, where his backing track cuts out. Now, Leftoids community noted this, so I don't know. But this is basically who they're championing. Now, again, it got community noted, but community notes are bullshit, and they don't, they're never really about the truth. The left has long taken that over. Elon doesn't seem to care about that. But you see Grok confirming it is real. The video is real. It captures a technical failure at Bad Bunny concert in 2023 with the backing track cut out, but he continued singing unaware due to his in-ear monitors. Multiple fans have confirmed it. Oops. Now, the Hollywood Reporter tried to come out and say, how Bad Bunny became the liberal celebrity that finally broke Trump. Did he, though? Let's look at the replies. It got a whole 400 likes, so great job, Hollywood Reporter. I'd like to see Trump recover from this. It's a joke. Every leftist celebrity should hope that Trump criticizes them. Otherwise, other leftists will immediately start saying that that celebrity is the greatest to ever do it. Just here for the ratio. Honey, bring your boyfriend in here. They broke him. They broke Trump. Nobody cares. Nobody, what is the definition of broke? Nobody knows. Then we have Candace Owens, super conservative, everybody. She says Christ is king. She is definitely not one who's now changed her career for the fifth time. Remember, she had her doxing website called Social Autopsy when she was a leftist. Then she was at PragerU, then, a Jewish-run company, then Daily Wire, Jewish-run company. And then now she's on the Jews are bad company. Who knows where her grift will be in 3 years, but it certainly won't be where it is today. She'll probably be covering celebrity gossip. But Candace Owens rips mega Super Bowl meltdown. Conservatives are now fully deluding themselves. When you're Candace Owens and you're on the side of Jimmy Kimmel and Jon Stewart, again, ask yourself, if the Huffington Post and the Guardian and the Daily Beast are propping you up, do you think that you're conservative? If you're watching her still, do you think that she gives a crap about you? Do you think she gives a crap about the country? No, she doesn't. She only cares about views and whatever will get her grift, the most amount of money. She wrote, conservatives are not fully deluding themselves and paying influencers to invert reality. Again, that never happened. She can't prove that. No community note, but she has no evidence of any influencer getting paid. You know, you lost the Super Bowl narrative. Bad Bunny had an objectively successful performance. Did he, though? Did he? Because in a video later, we're going to examine the halftime statistics. But if we go here, okay, we have, look at the crowd. Look at the crowd, how excited it is, okay? Look at them go. Wow, look at, the 70,000 people absolutely having a ton of fun. They can't understand a single word he's saying. Nothing. Yeah, those audience roars you heard on live television were fake. In fact, they were fake.
Hey, Turning Point, how's your halftime show, you losers?
Oh, yeah, F-Ice. Okay, good for you.
Don't speak the language?
That's not the one here. They added cheers to the Bad Bunny halftime show.
Yo, they straight up added the audio of cheers and applause to Bad Bunny's halftime performance.
Watch this.
Listen, ready? Cheers.
You hear the cheers there, right? Okay, and here's
all in the background?
yeah,
Now watch this. Same clip from somebody's cell phone. No cheers.
Pescatios. It was not objectively a success. In fact, for the first time in 5 years, the Super Bowl ratings were down. Then we have Jimmy Kimmel Live. Hold on a second here. Johnson, these people are so triggered by someone singing in Spanish for 20 minutes. They need to create their own safe space alternative. Great. You know why they're saying this? Is they are upset that it was a success. Now, obviously, it didn't defeat the Super Bowl. There's only a few clickbaity people out there that are like, you know, there was more viewers, or you know what I mean? Like, it's never going to defeat the Super Bowl. You know, 100 million people plus tune in to watch a Super Bowl, and they're not going to like change the channel at halftime. Although we'll show you some data later. Here's Jon Stewart, totally not butthurt about it.
When did the right become such f***ing pussies?
Oh, right. Well, again, if they had a gospel singer or if they had somebody up there who is pro-MAGA, do we think that Jon Stewart would be praising? Do we think Jon Stewart would be making fun of the left if the left was melting down, if they had like, you know, some singer who yelled, "Make America Great Again"? Do we think that Jon Stewart would be calling the left pussies? These guys are so transparent.
When?
Yeah.
Censoring free speech, culture of victimhood.
Censoring free speech. Are we still pushing that Jimmy Kimmel, that fake Jimmy Kimmel narrative?
Remind you of anyone? I can't go 15 minutes without listening to country music. I need a separate show. Oh, that skier triggered me. I can't sleep.
They didn't do that. They just went and put on their own show. That's literally the actual prescription for not liking culture, for not liking whatever the main narrative is, right? Like, that is the actual fix for that. We've said for years, you know, conservatives who don't like the way the left has destroyed video games, they should go make their own, you know, or, you know, you don't like Hollywood movies, go make your own. Now, maybe you don't like the Daily Wire, maybe you don't like every movie they've put together, but at least they're trying. At least they're out there putting out movies that aren't woke propaganda. Now, I'm not saying I necessarily want a halftime show that's all mega and this and the other thing. I just want a halftime show that's not degenerate. All right? Like, that's just the reality of it. And that's most people. It's not about being triggered. It's not about needing a safe space. And you see Lauren Chen, these people are all about representation until it's Christian conservatives or white people demanding it. 100%. The celebrities keep telling us to build our own thing. And then when we do, they throw a hissy fit. The sad thing is, some Con Inc. people join in. Well, that's Candace Owens. I don't know if I wouldn't really call her Con Inc. Is this the snowflakey I'm hearing? Signs of snowflakery, perpetually offended, in the need of safe spaces, apt to shut down free speech, embrace culture of victimhood. Well, that's the left. Now, there are a lot of things that, you know, the right isn't doing that, you know, like, for example, in government, like, you know, pass the act, please. But then we have Kimmel, too, right? Kimmel has a prescription for those who can't stop complaining about the super bullshit. You're doing the same thing, bro. You're complaining about the complainers.
So many of them are so mad, I think they might need to be medicated.
Depression, anger.
Oh.
Stupid Bowl halftime show. That's the focus of tonight's angle.
So what? You know, the left would be having a complete meltdown if there is a Christian conservative, right? The left is celebrating a guy who can't sing and who sings about, you know, eating booty, all right, as some cultural icon. I mean, you saw the crowd. Did they seem like they were enjoying it? They are just trying to completely rewrite all, you know, oh, it's xenophobia. It's not xenophobia. Hey, you're in America. You should speak English. The idea that, like, the left, all of this is about, like, tangentially going after Trump. All of this is about tangentially going after Trump, right? Owning the conservatives. Okay, dude. Like, it's cool that you had your halftime show about a guy that sings about eating butt. All right. That's cool. There was an alternative. Why is that the end of the world? If anybody's melting down, it's the left, and they're pretending through projection that it's the right. Obviously, people are covering it because it's the biggest story in news this week. It's not like I'm not going to cover it because it's all anyone's talking about. The left knows this. They know how news works, but they are so desperate to change the narrative that it's so pathetic, and I just enjoy laughing at them. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.